Brand new video today. We're doing at 2 NFL player props here on PrizePicks for Super Bowl Sunday. Chiefs, Eagles, Sunday, February 9th. Super Bowl Sunday's here. You guys, NFL season is coming to a close, but looking to get 2 player props here for this video. Hopefully we can cash on both of them. Obviously this game is the Super Bowl, so there's no other games on the slate here. 1 point spread, Chiefs, Eagles, should be a super exciting one. Before I get started, you guys, take a look in the description below. Hop into the Discord, $9.30 per month, 31 cents per day. That is where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. There's other cappers in there as well. Overall, you guys, it's a super positive community. Everyone in the Discord is trying to help each other cash. I also want to mention I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. No one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. But also doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord, 20% off your first month. It comes out to like $6 and something for the first 30 days of the Discord membership. So again, link in the description below for that. But yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's just get right into it. Chiefs, Eagles, Super Bowl Sunday. Let's go. So the first play I'm looking at here is going to be a receiving yards combos line. I like Hollywood Brown and Dallas Goedert over 92.5 combo receiving yards. Obviously, I'm going to talk about both these guys here, but taking a look at this one, obviously Dallas Goedert's the starting tight end, and Hollywood Brown is pretty much locked in now as the wide receiver 2 in that Chiefs offense. But let's talk about Dallas Goedert real quick. He's been playing well throughout these playoffs for the Eagles. In the playoffs this season, has had 46 and 80, coming off 85 receiving yards on 8 targets. A couple weeks ago against the Commanders in that championship game, conference championship game. And then the Chiefs just give up a ton of targets, right? Chiefs on the season, right, over the last since weeks 13 through 20, are allowing the 8th most total targets at the tight end position, right? Dallas Goedert, he's pretty much, I think, behind AJ Brown, who should see some double coverage. In a lot of situations, Dallas Goedert is Jalen Hurts' number 1 target, especially when Steve Spagnuolo and the Chiefs do bring the pressure. He is always looking at Dallas Goedert. We look at tight ends game log this season versus the Chiefs, including the playoffs. Dalton Schultz had 63, and even towards the end of the year, right? When the Chiefs were ending the season, Pat Freiermuth 60, Dalton Schultz here 45, Stone Smart 54, Will Dissly 19, Jordan Atkins 30, Brock Bowers 140, Jatavion Sanders 49. Dallas Goedert, given his position and situation within that Eagles offense, I love this spot for him. If we look at his odds for his receptions, and this is on Outlier, by the way, link in the description, you can get a 7-day free trial. Over 4.5 receptions is pretty much juiced nicely over 4.5. Minus 135 on DraftKings down here, minus 136 on FanDuel is actually bumped to 5 receptions, I believe, on PrizePicks. And we look at Dallas Goedert this season when he catches, 4.5, so 5 footballs this season when he catches 5 footballs, 61, 85, 62, and 170 when he catches 5 footballs. I think a floor for him here is at least 4 catches, and a floor for him here is at least 40 receiving yards, right? Giving us that upside with the combo yards prop for the 2 of them, right? Now looking at Hollywood Brown, very interesting. He's hurt for most of the year, right? He was supposed to have a big year. Hurt most of the year, came back, saw 8 targets in his first game, 7 targets, 2 targets in the division game versus Houston, and then 5 targets for 3 catches and 35 yards last week against Buffalo. He is seeing, again, the second highest snap count of any wide receiver over the last couple weeks for the Chiefs, behind Xavier Worthy. He's seen 67 and 65% of snaps in these 2 playoff games, which to me is key. Again, for a player that's going to be a wide receiver 2, him seeing 60 plus, he's seeing more snaps than Watson, Hopkins, and Juju Smith-Schuster, which is giving us, again, that upside with this combo line being just at 92.5, right? 93 receiving yards between the 2 of them is what we need for this play to cash. But we look at Marquise Brown, similar to Dallas Goedert, right? He's juiced decently over 3.5 receptions, right? DraftKings minus 134, BetMGM minus 135, even Caesars minus 125, minus 150 on these different books. If we move this down to 2.5, which is going to be juiced crazy over, I'm sure, minus 320 this season, right? When Hollywood Brown does see at least in every game that he's seen at least 3 catches, 35, 46, and 45. And mind you, 45 for the 2 of them puts them at 90. So again, we just need one of these guys to go over. Essentially, we need Dallas Goedert to give us 40 and Hollywood Brown to give us 45, 50. There's so many different ways for these lines to hit. That's why I do really like the combo lines prop. It's a great spot. I'm not overthinking this one. Of all the combo lines, I think obviously this is the lowest, but it has the most upside for these 2. So this is the first play. The second play I'm looking at here is going to be a fantasy score. And I'm looking at Harrison Butker, wherever he is. Harrison Butker, over 8.5 fantasy score. We look at Harrison Butker this season. He is over this line, or sorry, fantasy score. He's over this line in 10 of 21 games. Right, he's over this line, 48% hit rate. But what is interesting here is his field goals made. Right, it's on books -170, -155 on BetMGM. Right, so he's juiced. It's on PrizePicks, I believe. Butker on PrizePicks, his field goals made's a goblin. Right, so again, just heavily favored, decently favored, right, over 1.5 field goals made. This season, when he makes at least 2 field goals, he's over this line in every single game, and he's had at least 10 plus fantasy points in 7 of those 8 overs. So just again, the fantasy score upside, it gives us just that much more upside compared to just field goals made, right? Field goals made is a goblin, and if he makes 2 field goals, I love his upside for getting us this fantasy score line. This kind of how the scoring works is if he hits a field goal from 0 to 39 yards, it's 3 points, 40 to 49 yards, 4 points, 50 plus yards is 5 points. So again, if he hits us a 150-yarder, this is, pretty much going to be free in my opinion. But there's just so many ways for this line to hit. If we look at Harrison's Super Bowl fantasy score game log, last Super Bowl last year, 15, 8, 12, and 7. So he's at a floor of 7 fantasy points in the Super Bowl. Again, it's the Super Bowl. Everything's on the line. I could definitely see Andy Reid going for it early and often. They definitely kicking the field goal, not going for it early and often. And we look at the Philadelphia Eagles red zone defense, which is very, very strong. Philadelphia Eagles this season, 5th lowest red zone scoring defense in the NFL, which again bodes well for the Chiefs to get in the red zone and have to kick the football. And just in general, right, kickers in big games, I think is a kind of a little bit of an edge in my opinion. Again, he's been there before, played in 5. This is going to be his 5th Super Bowl that he's played in. I like the upside for this one a lot for Harrison Butker. So 2 player props, you guys. Super Bowl Sunday, February 9th. Please let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2 plays. Check out the links in the description. Join the Discord. Please drop a like on this video. And as always, let's cash.